Hey everybody, welcome back to H4Games. I'm Tony.
I'm Rishi.
I'm Bobby.
Today we're talking about Night Trap.
The game that first taught me how to hate Democrats.
Shame on people that produce that trash. It's child abuse, in my judgment.
Ooh.
Because they were the force that was really pushing for the regulation of the games because of this little,
I feel like that would be opposite nowadays.
I know.
We prefer self-regulation to government regulation, but make no mistake about it, we will move ahead if you do not.
But back then,
Tipper Gore, Joe Lieberman, they hated
they
fun.
hated Night Trap more than anything. This thing came
But
out.
they love the children.
But they love the
Think
children.
of the children.
So what are we actually doing in this game?
You're just going between screens, essentially as a security guard, and trying to trigger traps when the augers are in play. That's all you do.
That's the game.
This thing came out for the Sega CD, the Sega CD 32X with a slightly
3DO?
bumped resolution
Wow, the
on
3DO.
and that.
Now, an auger is a vampire that is sick and diseased, that has no teeth, that cannot bite, so it has to retrieve its blood with a device called a trocar.
Oh,
Yes.
that was too good. I'm sorry. I need to drink that one up. I need to drink that one up.
Oh my goodness.
For he's a jolly good
For he's a jolly good fellow.
Part of it is changing the code
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to blue. We don't want anyone else to get control.
so that you're triggering the traps appropriately. That's it. That is all the gameplay.
But we're playing it on the PS4, and we were lucky enough to get a physical release
A hard copy.
via limited run games. Now here's the thing, is that the first time we played through it, we didn't do it with any sort of walkthrough, and we failed. And then the second time, we did it with a walkthrough,
And we still failed.
and we got the bad ending.
You've missed way too many of those suckers. Now, until you figure out how to do your job and do it right, you're dismissed. Breaking contact.
The nice thing about the new release here is, of course, the options and the special features. So, for example, you have the original or the revamped look. The revamped has a live video feed. So yeah, basically you have all of these live cameras running at once. Now, of course, in the older versions, they were just still images. You had to kind of guess and cycle through them. Here in the PlayStation 4 version, it has just enough power to manage all of the live streams from each different room. So here is the physical release of Night Trap, released via limited run games. We'll go ahead and put a link to them in the description. Here is the back. There's that sweet, sweet limited run, number 74.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
there's-
we're only playing it on a PS4, so who knows what power the PS4 Pro could unlock.
Oh my god, yeah.
so
this
many
would be-
megapixels of glory.
You have the 2017, 1994, 1993, 1992.
Now, the only difference is the resolution and like frame rate on those.
And some framing.
You know, the funny thing is that this was actually recorded in 35mm film.
Yeah, so you can make it look beautiful if you wanted to.
Exactly. But they didn't.
No.
Night Trap!
Night Trap!
Now, some of these are unlocked from the get-go, but some of them you have to actually complete the game for. You have a documentary, you have the prototype of Night Trap, which you know a little bit about.
Yep.
Both endings
It was,
in a scene of the crime.
Yeah, the production images, that would be from the scene of the crime, which was a Hasbro production. That's where all the original footage was filmed, was for Hasbro. You know, they're doing really good with Transformers, My Little Pony, things like that. So they're like, let's get in the video game field.
Yep.
So they decided they have the technology with the VHS system that they were developing, the Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
So they greenlit.
Labo?
Not the Labo.
Not the Labo.
It was
Just
a
the Nemo.
VHS system that they used the magnetic tracks in the actual VHS tape to give like 15 different options in each track. So they filmed all of this for that and essentially just scrapped it. They didn't want any replicable violence. So instead of having vampires that bit, they're like, we can't have that. Instead of having ninjas, they were going to have ninjas originally. They didn't want that because they're like, somebody can reproduce this violence. So they decided to do these augurs.
It's so neutered, but it caused such a controversy. You know, there were a bunch of different versions of the cover because there were a bunch of different versions of the game. So at first I thought, oh, wait a minute, I thought I bought a different one. But go ahead and open it up. And pull out the cover.
Oh my goodness. Easier said than done.
It's actually reversible. So flip it around. Bam. Bam. Happy camper all around.
These
Louis
load
like-
times have not been improved
No,
since the Sega CD.
the load times are insane.
So do they simulate that? What is the issue with this?
No idea.
So this is the actual like device, I think, from the Nemo to initiate the traps.
That's amazing.
So what they did for Scene of the Crime was it was essentially just this rich guy with a safe, and all you had to do was protect these ninjas from stealing the money out of the safe.
No, I personally thought this came with a lot of goodies. I was pretty pleased, but there is one thing going on here that's a little bit of a problem.
They cut out the black scat member.
They were a little bit racist. But wait a minute, Richie, you're a little bit sexist.
Cut the woman out of the poster too.
Yeah, they did.
Just zero diversity
Yeah.
in the manual.
Now, pay attention to this because it's not going to show up just yet, but there's a guy here that basically just rests his gun barrel against his chin, which is like, what the hell?
The safety was on.
Oh my God! Look.
I love how it's just like put there in editing. It's not actually projected.
Right.
It is so bad.
But they brought down the opacity a little bit of the image to make it look like light was coming through. It's amazing. Look at this guy. Hang on, this is the guy that does it. Right there. They cut it because they're like, you know what? If we show too much of this, he's going to seem like an idiot.
The reason they are walking funny is they're all the actors are actually stuntmen, and they're walking so they can ready themselves to be sucked down into a pit at any moment.
Yes.
So they don't hurt themselves, essentially.
I love how this guy is wearing sunglasses at night. What is he, like a blues brother?
A vampire.
No, he's not. Is he?
No, he is. He's a vampire because the.
Oh, he is drinking blood. Look.
I think that's Clamato juice.
Well, whatever. Special Control Attack Team. Now, Bobby tells me this was originally Sega Control Attack Team because, of course, this is the PlayStation, not the Sega. And my favorite part about this whole thing is the very end. The note section. Who remembers note sections in their manuals? I do.
Who remembers baud modems?
I love this.
Oh, no, thank you.
Ugh. Oh my God.
I love what she's wearing. That yoga pants before yoga pants were a thing. Love it. You know, a lot of the scenes that were so controversial, you shouldn't even be able to see anyways, because if you did your job, they would never happen.
But I mean, even take like what's going on right now. If you want to see the whole story, you have to play multiple times because there were just multiple things going on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I love the cover. It says 1.5 hours of like full motion video or whatever it says, but really that's because it's all simultaneous. In reality, there's like something probably along the lines of like 25 minutes or something like that. In 1992, 1993, when this came out, I would have been totally into the sports bras and the tube tops and the total lack of breasticular support. I would have been very interested in the 90s as a kid. Oh, this
is the controversial scene.
Yep.
Maybe I should just let this take its course.
Game over if you miss.
What a bummer.
Don't miss, Richie. We want to complete this. Your woman on the inside is basically just a chick in a very like not tight sports bra.
Right.
So whenever she moves around, she's just like jiggling all over the place.
She's a child actress that got boobs.
Yeah,
and wants to show it off.
Essentially. So, it's interesting because in all the Senate hearings, they were like, you know what, this is violence against women. You're trying to go kill these women, which was completely false.
No, you're trying to protect the women.
To protect them. But really, the violence was so dumbed down. I'm shocked after actually playing it for the first time. I'm shocked that the issue with the game was the violence and not just the boobs bouncing around everywhere.
It's almost as if, like they say many, many times throughout the hearings, did you actually play the game?
I don't have to play the game. I know that it's filth.
Yeah, exactly. Like they didn't at all.
Ow! You poked me! Tony. God damn it. Night Trap!
What would we give Night Trap overall? What do you guys think?
4 out of 10
Ooh!
because yeah, it's a 4 out of 10.
Okay, crisp.
In its day, I think I would give it maybe like a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Just because of the novelty. It showed off what the Sega CD could do. I think they did the best they could to make such a fixed game that's basically an interactive movie. I think they did the best they could to make it playable, but in today's day, I wouldn't give it any more than a 5, 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Having a physical release that was well put together by Limited Run Games, with the poster,
the current release,
all
yes.
the stuff, I would say the package is a 7. If you were to just download this, I would say, like, because of its historical value and all those things, probably more so around like a 6 out of 10. You still get a lot of options with like the download.
Right, if you were just to pick up this game and not know any of the history, not know what went down, what it means to the rating system, to what it means to gaming, it's not a great game.
You'd be pretty pissed pretty quick.
It's not good.
Well, that said, we definitely appreciate all of you guys watching our silly little episode today. Please feel free to subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when our videos are coming out.
Click that little bell.
And we'll see you guys next time.
This one's for Lieberman. Aha! Let's play Double Switch instead.
I hear it's a much better game.
It is.
Hey y'all, want to give a giant thank you and shout out to our editor Rucro. All of the visual and special effects that you saw in this episode today were done by her. So definitely check her out. She has her own Twitter, but most importantly, she has her own channel on Twitch. So check that out for a casual stream with booze, interactive tunes, and tons of voice acting. I will put a link in the description below. Thank you again, and we will see you all next time.